Hello and welcome back to another lecture from Organic Chemistry, and thank you very much for watching this lecture video. Aldehyde and ketones, although do have a carbonyl group or pi bond, they are not going to involve in nucleophilic substitution reaction. The reason behind it is that none of them has a good Levy group. H and R are not going to be stable if we leave them alone by themselves. And we mentioned this one in the previous chapter. We went through the chemical reaction of aldehyde and ketones, and I'm not going to go through it again. But when it comes to carboxylic acid derivatives, we have a good Levy group that it can be kicked out of the system and replaced by a nucleophile. For example, in this case, we have acyl chloride, and our nucleophile is methoxide. And the methoxide is carrying a negative charge, and it can attack the pi bond. And in that case, we will get such a product. So we will have a benzene ring, and then the first step, it will get a negative charge, and then we will have a chloride here, and the methoxide that will be added to the system. And this oxygen is going to have a negative charge. Now, next step, the negative charge, or one of the lone pair, it will be shared with the carbon, and the chloride will take those 2 electrons, and it will leave the system. So our final product, it will be something like this. We simply replace the chloride by O methyl group, and then chloride will leave the system as a Levy group. And so you might say, how come this reaction is going to happen, and what's the reason behind it that is moving to the right side? And the reason behind it is that we get a chloride that is really stable, and a chloride is a conjugate base of a strong acid. I want to remind you again, and how to figure, the best Levy group. We have a chloride minus, which is a conjugate base of HCl acid, and that's really strong acid, versus OCH3 minus, which is a conjugate base of HOCH3. And we mentioned this one, the pKa for HCl is hanging around -7, while in case of HOCH3 or methanol, the pKa is around 16. And so, as you see, HCl is a strong acid, and because it's a strong acid, it's going to give us a really weak conjugate base. So this is a weak conjugate base. And because it's a weak one, it's going to be stable. Well, and the methoxide is really unstable. And because it's unstable, it's going to get involved in the chemical reaction in order to turn neutral, and will be stable in that case. Nucleophilic acyl substitution can happen in acidic or basic condition. And in this case, we have an ester that's reacting with water, and water we know is not a strong nucleophile. And it says we have also H+. The H+ is our catalyst. So I'm going to say this one is the catalyst in order to speed the reaction. The final product is going to be this. From water, take one H and pair it with R. That's going to give us an alcohol. And the second one is we will replace the OR by OH. So remember, we have one H here and one there, and we have totally 2 H's. We started with 2 H's from water, or 2 H's on the left, and still we have 2 of them. Again, what's the purpose of the H+ is there to speed the reaction, and you will recover it at the end. And so how H+ is going to help us or speed the reaction? Because the reaction is happening in aqueous media, and we said in acidic condition, our water is not going to be just really pure water. It will be protonated or hydronium, and hydronium is going to give one H+ to the carbonyl group. And now what's going to happen in this case? And we know oxygen all the time trying to steal electron density from carbonyl and creating a positive charge there, but we want to exaggerate that positive charge by giving H+ to the carbonyl. And in this case, again, this one, like oxygen, is because it's turned more positive, it will apply stronger force to pull electron density from the carbon. In fact, you can write this as OH, and right here OR, and this one with the whole positive charge. So from delta plus, we turn it to a whole positive charge. Now nucleophile will find the center easily, the electrophilic center easily, and it can attack it. And next step, you will have OH, and OH with two lone pair, it can attack that carbonyl and form a bond with it. So the purpose of having H2 plus is to exaggerate the positive charge on the electrophilic center so that the nucleophilic addition will be faster. The output of it, activation energy for addition of the nucleophile, it will be lower. It will be lowered, and because that one went down, rate of the reaction or speed of the reaction, it will go up, and overall the reaction is going to shift to the right side. And okay, so we said the purpose of H plus is to speed the reaction. What will happen if we don't have H? So as you see, product, again, we have carboxylic acid plus alcohol. Let's write the pKa for the water and the alcohol that we got. The pKa for water is hanging around 14 to 15. That's the temperature. And ROH, you can say the pKa is around 16. So as you see, the pKa's are not that different, far from each other. And in fact, they are just one unit, far from each other. Yes, the reaction will shift to the side that it has a bigger pKa, but because they are close to each other, that reaction is not going to be really one-way reaction or 100% efficiency. You need to speed it. And the way we speed it, we add, H plus in order to, technically speed the reaction. Again, I have to remind you that in acidic condition, whenever you have excess of H plus, the possible charges that you can have, they will be this: 0 or +1. You are not going to get a negative charge. While the solution is acidic. And in this case, as you see, like if we add just water to the ester, we will get a positive and a negative charges at the same time. Is it possible to get them? Yes. If the solution is neutral, it's possible. But having a particle with two opposite charges at the same time, that's going to be a factor to make the species unstable. And because of that, activation energy, it will go up, which is going to cost you lower rate. Okay. Now, can I write a reaction in a basic condition, like say the presence of OH or NH3? Yes, that's possible. And this time you have a nucleophile with a negative charge. That's a strong nucleophile, and the addition, it will be faster. So in this case, instead of activating the substrate or like the ester, we are using stronger nucleophile. Instead of H2O, which is weak nucleophile, we switch to OH, and that's a strong nucleophile. Okay. So from weak nucleophile, we switch to strong nucleophile. And so first step, again, we are adding the OH to the carbonyl. The carbonyl, it has a positive charge. And so OH will very soon will find the carbonyl center, and it will attack it. Next step, inside the solution, we do have water. So I'm going to say I have water, and that water, it can give an H, or I should write it this way. It can give an H to the OR, and this one will leave the system. And as alcohol, well, this one is rebonding, so we get this. We get the carbonyl group here. We have an OH plus ROH. But the solution is basic. We can't have an acid in a basic solution. And so what's going to happen to that acid? It will react with OH, and at the end, you will get the ion version of it. So we will get acetate and plus H2O. So as you see, the H2O again got recovered. This process, in fact, is faster than running the reaction just in the presence of water alone, because we are using stronger nucleophile. I'm going to stop the lecture here, and thank you very much.